Fun fact, there's supposed to be winter wheat there, and there is not. We thought we were done seeding, however, we have some winter wheat. We might have to end up reseeding just because it didn't come up. So we'll see what the crop adjuster says later. But anyways, for right now, we're gonna get some chickpeas moved off of this truck and into this truck in case we have to go get more seed with this guy. If you're wondering how that thing's going up, it's due to the magic of this little remote right here. Just moves the hoist up and it also opens the back gate. Anyways, let's get this thing turned on. Grab a shovel. So after successfully getting my eyes full of dust after blowing out the truck, should be all ready to go for winter wheat again. Well, it's going to be spring wheat that we're seeding into the winter wheat. So we got this truck cleaned out. We got a little bit of spring wheat in the semi here. We'll get him transferred. Keep an eye on that now. We don't want to overfill that guy. Plug up the conveyor here. Otherwise, it's just rocking and rolling. Maybe time to go seeding again. So we're back out here in the tractor now. As you can see, we are currently ripping and tearing up some of that winter wheat right now. So the reason we have to get rid of that winter wheat is we don't want it competing with the spring wheat that we're going to be planting on this field once we get all this tore up. So you guys can probably see there's not a ton of winter wheat out here. You can see kind of right on this edge here, there's a little bit coming up, but all these other parts, there's nothing coming at all. So what happens is the crop adjuster comes out and they say, yeah, your crop's zeroed out or low percentage, 1%, 5%. So they give you the option to reseed it from winter wheat to spring wheat. Talk some of the settings here. Going about 6.7 miles an hour right now. Seems to be working pretty good, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I might go up to 7, but I gotta slow down on this other end just because there is some pretty rough spots, washouts that run into the coulee there. Then the other main important guy here is gonna be this first lever, and that controls the height of the cultivator. Since this is an older cultivator, you can kind of see a little white number there. Pretty tough to see, but it's got 3 through 11, and right now we're running about 10. So the higher numbers are actually 11's pretty much out of the ground, and then 3's really deep down in the ground. So we're running 10, so we're pretty shallow right now. We're just trying to get all the wheat killed and then make a nice smooth seed bed. But anyways, yep, this lever, so I pull it back and it pulls the whole cultivator up. Let's see if I can maybe be able to see the little arm moving there. So yep, you can see the arm go down and then back up. And right about there, we're set at 10 now. So anyways, that guy's gonna be my most important one for the day. I pull it up and then I gotta get it kind of set right back down to the right spot when we turn around on the edge. It's kind of fun because you're trying to turn around and you're also trying to watch that little tiny arm there. Alright, so we're at the end of the field. I'm gonna hop out and I'll show you guys the cultivator and the coil packer. Alright, so first off here, we've got the cultivator. And I'm going to show you guys what the attachment we have on here. So what we've got on here is sweeps. As you can see, they're very wide. I'll show you one in the back there, kind of the size of my boot. You can see this one in pretty good shape, and that one is kind of getting a little worn out. So let's go to the back here. I'll show you guys. So here's the size of the sweep compared to one of my boots, a size 11.5 boot. See, they're pretty wide. So these are used for shallow cultivation, so not super deep, and they're really wide for, mostly used for killing weeds, and in our case right now for killing the winter wheat in the field. But yeah, a lot of guys around here, that's what they use, these wide sweeps, just for killing weeds. Organic people use them a lot. So anyways, that's our old cultivator. I'm not actually sure what brand it is. It's been on the farm since the 70s or 80s, before I was born. So anyways, here's our coil packer. And so you can see all this stuff is pretty rough, big clumps of junk in between the coil packer and the cultivator. So what the coil packer does is these big coils here that are extremely heavy, they kind of just help break things up and even everything out. So you can see they do an okay job of breaking up some really big clumps and then just kind of making a nice seed bed. So then when we come in here to seed, it's not super rough. So that's our cultivator set up. I've got about 100 acres or so left on this field, and then I've got another 160 acre field over there I gotta do. So I'm gonna get back to work and I'll keep you guys updated on when we start reseeding here too. So I'll see you guys later.